are watching India.
Hello and welcome once again to Mood of the Nation, the India Today survey that's already created such a big buzz. The biannual survey that brings you a snapshot of what the country thinks on the hot button issues of the day.
We've been doing the Mood of the Nation poll for 20 plus years now. This is the 40th edition of India's most widely tracked political mood of the nation. Over the next 1 hour, we will focus on people's response on the farm protests.
That's right. The critical issue of our times is that of the farmer protest. Special guests will join us. We're joined by VM Singh. Remember, he is one of the farmer union leaders who's taken up cudgels against the Modi government's farm laws. P. Chengal Reddy is also joining us, and he's got another perspective because he also leads a group of farmer associations, but they're supporting the farm laws. We also have Shama Mohammed of the Congress and Sanju Verma of the BJP. And last but not the least, Raj Chengappa, our editorial director of India Today magazine, that's brought out the mood of the nation.
So Rajdeep, you had a hectic night on social media. Lots of traction, but a lot of buzz also.
That's right, a lot of buzz over our poll because everyone wants to know just where did these numbers come from, questioning the timing, questioning the sample size. It happens every time, but this time, for some reason, the opinion seems even more
but this happens on Independence Day and it happens on Republic Day. Year after year, it's been happening for 20 years. So there's nothing suspicious about the timing. It didn't emerge from thin air. Regardless of what the political ferment is at the time, the Mood of the Nation is an institution, and we hope to take you through the latest numbers. Let's put on our screen right now our first set of numbers, Rajdeep.
That's right. Remember, methodology, 12,000, more than 12,000 people have been sampled, combination of telephonic and face-to-face interviews, survey done between 3rd January and 13th January 2021 across 97 parliamentary constituencies in the country and 19 states. So clearly, this is a survey that's going to give you a snapshot. And the first big talking point, the new farm laws, is what we want to look at. We asked, or Karvi, which has done the survey, remember this has been done by Karvi Research, they asked, opinion on new farm laws, will it help farmers? 34% say yes. The farm laws help farmers. Will help corporates? 32%. So 1 in every 3 say it'll help farmers, 1 in every 3 say it'll help corporates. Will help both is 25%. So that's the first interesting finding, Rahul, of the survey.
You know, let's come to what people think of the government's handling of the protests. And over here, 16% think the government has done well in handling these protests, 39% think it's done well, 16% think it's done very well, 25% think the government's performance is satisfactory, only 12% feel the government's performance has been poor, and 4% say very poor. So except the 16% who say poor or very poor, the rest of the respondents in the India Today Mood of the Nation opinion poll actually think the government has handled the farmer protest well, Rajdeep.
With one caveat, which is, remember, I think people need to recognize this poll is not Punjab-centric or Haryana-centric or rural-centric. We've got a sample that's rural and urban, 67% polled in rural India, 33% urban, but across India. If this poll was possibly done in a Punjab or a Haryana...
Punjab is not India.
Yeah, that's right, but you might have got a very different sample, you might have got a very different mood of Punjab, but Mood of the Nation clearly suggests that people want to give the farm laws a chance. Beyond the agitation, in the wider public out there, people want to give the farm laws a chance. But, as I said, split between whether it will help farmers or whether it will help corporates.
But we am saying that's the point the government is driving home again and again. That it's only a limited group of farmers who constitute a special interest group who are most perturbed because their interests are being impacted by the farm laws. In the vast majority of our country, according to this Mood of the Nation opinion poll, which includes farmers and non-farmers, you've got about 84% of the respondents thinking the government's handling the farm protests well.
Rahul, if you look at it, 34% people, as you said in the first case, said the laws are good. handling it well is fine. It may be handling it well or not well. It's very subjective. The point is 86% people today have a holding which is less than 3 acres and the government says the laws are for them. Now, if the laws are good for them, then why 34% only? Now, the only point that comes into my mind as such is this 67%, as Radip just said, of rural and 33% of urban population, this constitution, is it basically from the areas? Now, if you take a thing like Bareilly, no, Bareilly, Pilibhit, Shahjahanpur, all these areas are supposed to be rural areas. But if you go and ask people in the municipal limits, they would tell you a different thing. And if you ask them in the villages, they'll tell you something different.
But Raj Chingappa, explain it. Does your survey account adequately for the section of farmers or rural India? Because he says if you go to the urban pockets, naturally they'll be delighted with the bill because nothing turns in it for them.
Well, the fact is, I mean, he's partly right in the sense that ours is both an urban and rural thing.
But
though we are
67% rural.
Heavily skewed towards it. His point is that, look, the urban elite or urban, residents would always support the farm laws and not, if you actually just poll the farmers, that's what he's asking for, which you haven't done. Because this is a general mood of the nation. You might get a different point of view. Though I think he's got a point when he says that only 34% feel that there is a perception battle in this, I feel. That's very clear.
34% feel that this will help farmers in a poll where you poll 67%
That's right.
rural India.
I think
so there is a large section of rural India which is very wary of these farm laws as well.
I think that's the problem. If we are dealing with this, quite rightly, the government, when it, if you say the way they've handled the protest, they've handled it well because they've called the farmers and have entered into a dialogue. So the perception is they're trying to help out the farmers. But if you look at the, I don't know if you're projecting the next set of slides, which I'd like to really comment upon, where it then shows really where the issue lies.
But let's get opening comments till then from Chengal Reddy, and that's the point that Chengal Reddy and others like him have been making again and again when they've been coming on India Today, that if you look only at the farmers of Punjab, the picture is very different from what emerges in a national mood of the nation, where 84% of the respondents seem to think the government's handling these farmer protests well, and opinion of who this helps is actually split pan-India. About 1/3 saying it's helping farmers, 1/3 thinking it's helping corporates.
See, it's a ridiculous discussion because in 1990 you brought reforms for industry and service sector and which showed a lot of growth. And 10% growth was there in those sector and farm sector remained backward. The simple fact is, why is farm sector remained backward is the question today. Why reforms are not brought, agriculture reforms are not brought in 1990? What is the discussion that is going on? It is nonsense. You see, because please understand that farmer sector is as capable of service and industry in this country. We are second to none. The problem came because successive governments neglected the farmers in terms of technologies, investments and market connectivity. So therefore we remained poor. And now that and then there are so many committees, etc., etc. I would ask a very simple question. When the country went bankrupt in 1990, whom did those prime ministers, finance ministers consult? Did they go around the country, consult every Tom, Dick and Harry? What nonsense. See, they brought in because, see here, let us remember in this country, it's a constitution, it's a democracy. And parliament is the voice of the people. And in 1990, they brought the reforms. And now in 2000, they brought the reforms, and then now everybody goes on discussing, discussing. What? No. So I am. See, this is a very disgusting state of affairs. See, simply, because first and foremost is we want reforms, and they have been pending for the last 30 years, and finally they have come. Now you are going to the opinions, concerns, etc. What is this?
No, 1 minute.
How could you come?
Dr. Chengal Reddy, you make a strong point. Your belief is that if in the early 1990s, when there was trade liberalization, did the government go around consulting each and every individual before they brought in liberalization?
Yes.
Why should that happen only in the context of farmers, is what you are trying to suggest. Shaba Mohammed, you want to quickly respond from the Congress for a first reaction? Because what the survey clearly shows is that while there is opinion which is divided on the farm laws as to who they will benefit, the handling of the farmers' protest by and large is either seen as good or satisfactory. People seem to believe that the government is making an effort now to reach out to the farmers.
Okay, Rajdeep, a couple of things. First and foremost, I don't know what the samples for the survey are.
12,232 across 18 states of the country.
Let me finish, please. I did not interrupt
No,
anybody.
you asked me.
I want to know is whether Kerala was there,
yes,
whether Telangana was there,
yes,
whether Andhra Pradesh was there, whether Tamil Nadu was there,
yes,
whether Haryana was there,
yes,
whether they were, I mean, much more sample size from these states. Okay, this is what Punjab was there. All right. Now, the question which we ask, now suppose we are doing a survey on the employment of corporates, and I go to the farmers and ask, what do you think about it? You know, then they will say, ha, sabke paas kaam hai. They can say what they, when you're doing a survey about the farm laws and how it has been done by the government of the day.
I just want to cut Shama Mohammed over there, because that's not what we are claiming this survey is about. We're not saying this is a survey which reflects only what farmers think of the farm bills. This is a survey that reflects what voters in general in this country think of the farm laws. And Shama is saying, do you have more voters, more respondents in Tamil Nadu or Kerala? That's not how sampling happens. Sampling is equally distributed in all key states. That's just the basic of how a national poll is done, Shama.
Can I finish, please? Now, you have your samples. Now, I want to ask you is that even in this, the farm laws, it is, if according to what the person who spoke before me, I couldn't hear his name, said, then why hasn't this particular thing, the APMC Act has been removed in Bihar in 2005, why hasn't private investments grown there? That is what our simple question is. Why has public procurement centers, 80% of it, been closed down over there? These are the answers you need to answer. And one very important point, in your survey, you say that 76% people are very happy with the COVID vaccination. You know, they're ready. Yesterday, I did a debate on another channel where they're saying that more than 70% are not ready to take the vaccination. So I'm really confused. What is the survey based on?
Okay, we are only providing the data points. You know, 1 minute, ma'am. Now you're free to punch holes in the data. That is you have your right to do so. The question is that this is a mood of the nation survey. It's not a mood of the farmer survey. We want to make that very clear. But Sanju Verma, just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am. Okay, just
you need to give me answers also. No, regarding that's what I don't see.
No, but we are not seeking to give you answers to questions which you are not answering. One second.
We are.
No, I think Shama Mohammed is displaying a high level of numeric illiteracy. This is not how polls happen. One second. I don't think you understand the 101 of polling. This is not how polls happen. This is a national representative sample, which is what it claims to be. It's not a sample based on farmers. Sanju Verma wants to come in.
Now, that's what you claim to be.
Okay.
Okay, one second.
It's a mood of the nation, ma'am. Ma'am, now you've had your say. Ma'am, Shama Mohammed, you've had your say. We want others. There are others who be.
Okay, she's ruining the show. Let's go across to Sanju Verma. Turn her fader down. Turn her fader down. Sanju Verma.
Sanju Verma, the question is, how should, which was asked, how should the government handle farmer protests? That's the fourth question that was put in this context. Should they amend laws, repeal laws, not yield at all? 55% are saying government should amend laws. 28% are saying repeal laws, and only 10% are saying government must not yield at all. So when I add the two, 83% are either calling for amending or repealing laws. Clearly to that extent, this is a vote of no confidence in the way the laws have been pushed through. Do you agree or not?
Rajdeep, first of all, kudos to you, Rahul Kanwal, and your entire team. I think the sample is very representative. You know, 12,332 people have been contacted in 97 parliamentary constituencies. So first of all, congratulations to India Today. No one should doubt the authenticity of this entire, sample. Coming to your question, Rajdeep, your Mood of the Nation survey itself says that 16% have said government's handling of the farmer protest is very well, 39% well, and 25% satisfactory, which means that more than 75%, almost 80% of the sample size believes that the government's handling of the farmer protests is good, very good,
But
or
83%
just about
are
between
calling.
the two.
83%
That
are
itself is a
calling. No,
vindication
ma'am.
of the fact that the government is
83%
on
are
the right
calling
track.
for either amending or repealing the laws. 83%, 55% want laws amended, 28% want them repealed. And remember, this is not just a poll of farmers, it's a nationwide poll. To that extent, it's a thumbs down for the way the laws were pushed in the first place.
You know, Rajdeep, now you allowed the other panelists a lot of time without interrupting them. Let me complete. I'm simply quoting Mood of the Nation survey in terms of government's handling of farmer protest. Very well 16%, well 39%, satisfactory 25%, poor 12% and very poor only 4%. So in effect only 16% are unhappy.
No, that is the handling of the protest.
Very happy.
Ma'am, that's the distinction between the handling of the protest and the laws per se.
Sanju Verma,
No, ma'am, there is a distinction between handling of the protest and the laws per se.
Sanju Verma, on the question of who the farm laws benefit, about 2 in 3 respondents are saying they don't benefit the farmers because they believe that they either benefit corporates or will help both. But they're not saying the number of people who say it will benefit farmers is 34%. So the point is there isn't enough conviction about these farm laws
Rahul,
benefiting the farmers.
Rahul, 1 minute. Rahul, let me come in, please.
Go on.
Can I please come in, Rahul?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I am glad you pointed that out. 34% believe that these farm laws help farmers, and you've forgotten an important data point. 25% also say that it helps both farmers and udyogpatis, which means that 34 plus 25. 69% believe that it either helps farmers or helps
Ma'am, you are hitting every data point but the point I have given you. But Sanju Verma, I will ask you one last time. 55% are saying amend laws, 28% are saying repeal laws. They are essentially saying the present laws are not good enough. Either they need to be repealed or amended. Except that 8 in every 10 are saying that. That's why the government maybe now wants to hold the laws possibly back for 18 months. They're willing to do that. The government is being forced to blink.
Rajdeep, can I interview? Hello?
Okay, Rahul, Rajdeep, I'll come now straight to your question.
Yeah, please answer that.
I have never, I've been on so many debates, and the government has always said right from day one, we are almost into, 60 days of the protests. Today will be the 58th day. The government has always said we are willing to listen, we are willing to assimilate, we are willing to calibrate our position, and we are willing to make necessary amendments. So your poll does not throw up any surprises.
No,
but the government has
the
said
thing is,
we are not willing to have people hold a gun to our head.
No, sure, but
we
the
will
thing
not
that it
have
does
somebody
show-
hold a gun to our head.
Sure.
No, let me complete.
Ma'am,
Let
but
me
you've
complete,
spoken
please.
enough.
Let's wait a minute.
There is a difference.
Raj Chenggappa, no, 1 minute, ma'am. No, you made your point. No, you made your point. Raj Chenggappa, when I add 55 and 28, it is coming to 83%. So 83% are either saying repeal or amend the laws. The government is saying we are open to negotiations, but when you push through a law, it appears that you've done it in a manner without contemplating the level of backlash.
Absolutely.
Is that a sense that you get from this poll?
Well, I think the government should listen to this poll because in some senses they scored a self-goal. By ramming through an ordinance and then saying, look, we are willing to amend and repeal and do all those things, they haven't shown themselves in good light, including in the recent thing that we will defer it for 1.5 years. Then what was the hurry to rush through in a pandemic? These laws, by the way, I believe are good. The farm sector does require reform.
No, but it's also the consultative process.
Correct.
And how you bring a law.
Also, see, the laws per se will not change the way you do business. You take a look at the Green Revolution. Why was it such a success in Punjab? The same farmers are now protesting. The government laid the infrastructure down before they did it. Now you take the infrastructure they did. Hybrid seeds they brought in. Water was ready, available over there. Then fertilizers were brought in from wherever. Then what they did most importantly was education. They had the best communication system. So when they handheld the farmers and took them through the Green Revolution, it wasn't that the farmer was not protesting. Now take a look at the way they've done this. Right? They might say that, oh, we had a consultative process, it went on for 10, 15 years. But when they were implementing a major law like this, which is going to change the playing field completely, they should have taken the farmers in. Their own cabinet. I mean, let's not forget that Harsimrat Kaur Badal, who represents the SAD, walked out on the cabinet protesting that they were not consulted. So
But what this shows, Sanju Varma, and that's the point that the government needs to ponder over. In the manner in which these bills were rushed through, first as an ordinance and then turned into law, people seem to believe that there was inadequate consultation, which is why 83% of the respondents want the bills to be amended or repealed. Once again, I'm coming to you, Chengal Reddy. Let Sanju Varma respond to the feedback on how the bill was pushed through. We'll come to you. Sanju
Let her
Varma.
respond and we'll come to the both of you. Let her respond very quickly. Sanju Varma, keep it short. Respond.
Sir, why are you allowing, sir, please you harass farmers.
Yes.
It is not the
Okay,
political
Rajdeep.
people that no, it is not the
Rajdeep
political
and
people that
Rahul,
have to take this.
let me just tell you one thing very categorically. Why is somebody interrupting me?
Come on, quickly,
Why
ma'am.
is somebody interrupting me? Please, sir, you'll have your chance. Quickly, the simple point is this. There was an ordinance that came into effect with respect to the farm bills on the 5th of June 2020. Post 5th of June, all the three farm bills were duly passed in the parliament on the 27th of September 2020, post which they became laws. So these farm laws are absolutely constitutional, and if anybody doubts their bona fide, you are basically raising a question on the entire parliamentary process.
No, but it never went through the parliamentary process in the way that it should have. It was brought as an ordinance and Changal Reddy. I think the point, no, once again, if we are tone deaf to data, once again, if we are tone deaf to data, then there's no conversation you can have.
Let Changal Reddy
This
respond.
data is telling you that people aren't satisfied with the way the laws were pushed through, that there is inadequate consultation because they want either the law to be amended or repealed. They won't say so otherwise.
No, please,
Yes.
Mr. Rajdeep, let me tell you this.
Yes.
It is utter absurdity and nonsense if you say there is no consultation. Please, for last 30 years, there are Humpty number of reports, Swaminathan, Sharad Joshi, Parliament Committee. We farmers, we have been demanding removal of Essential Commodities Act, liberalizing the Contract Act, and APMC. What the heck is mean to say that there is no consultation and all that? Do you think that you should start discussing with everybody, all the 80 crore farmers and the 60 crore others? No, I would say whatever government has done is correct. There is absolutely nothing to find fault. Yes, once the acts are made, yes, there is likely to be Humpty number of mistakes and amendments. I would ask all of you a simple question. Why is that our great Constitution of India is amended 70, 80 times? And what is happening with all the so-called service sector,
That's a
industrial
good
sector,
point to take you,
liberalization?
Mr. Singh.
They are being
That's a good point, Mr. Changal Reddy. Mr. Changal Reddy, that's a very good point you make, which needs to be taken to Mr. Singh. Because, Mr. Singh, the fact is, a majority are saying amend the laws. The farmers at the moment who are protesting are not even willing to accept, it appears, any amendments. The government is even saying, we will put a stay on these laws for 18 months. Let's have a discussion. Farmers are saying, no, we want the laws repealed. As per our survey, that is only 28%.
These farmers do not represent us.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. Sir, he must be allowed to.
Representative of all the farmers.
He must be allowed to respond. Only 28% are talking of repealing of laws.
Mr. Changal Reddy, you're not
We
the
want
only one to
changes.
respond.
We want changes.
This is not
we
fair.
want
Why is
amendments.
everyone so
We want
antsy today? Just let the other
rectifications. We are
person
willing to
speak.
go
Changal
discuss
Reddy's
with
failure
government.
goes down. You made a point. Have the patience to listen to the other person. Let VM Singh speak. VM Singh, as Rajdeep points out, only 3 out of 10 respondents are agreeing with your demand pan-India. Rest of them don't want the laws to be repealed.
Very well. Before I come to your answer, what your question, the question you put in, I want to just talk about the handling. I was just, I was waiting for everyone, and somebody would say at least, handling of the protest, 84%, as you say. Who does the credit go to? A government that waited for 3 months after the protest in Punjab, Haryana, on the rails, etc., or the peaceful protest by the farmers, the good handling by the farmers? That is why the country feels today that the protest has been handled well. It's been peaceful. That's why. Number one.
That's a point.
Number two, what you're telling me as such is, I was the first one. If you just go back as such on 1st or 2nd of December, I was the one on Rajdeep's show. I told him candidly that what they should do as such is to hold the bills and give us the MSP guarantee on purchase. That's what we've been saying from day one.
But they're holding that. They're willing to hold the bills now. Why are you then not willing to give them the benefit of doubt?
I still say with full authority, and I'm sitting in Ghaziabad, on Ghazipur, we have the maximum lot there. any single organization at the maximum. The government does not call us. The government is, it's contented to call people who don't listen to the government. We've said a million times, we are willing to talk to you time and again. You gave us a guarantee for purchase and you keep the bills. The bills will become infructuous. We don't care about the bills.
Okay.
Believe you me, these bills will become infructuous. But the government is not willing to talk to us.
No, but what this also demonstrates, Rajdeep, like it or not, just how difficult it is in a country like India to push any reform through. If you're going to put it on hold for a year and a half, by then the elections, first in Punjab, then national elections, the laws are as good as dead.
There are two parts to it. Just a minute, ma'am, I'm letting you come in. Ma'am, just a minute. Shama Mohammed, I'm letting you come in. But, you know, to answer what you're saying, Rahul, I think you're absolutely right. Pushing reforms of this nature is not easy in a country. That's why you've got to build a certain consensus. You've got to communicate effectively so that all misgivings are removed.
No, but can there ever be consensus on land? Let's assume land acquisition. How will you ever form consensus on land acquisition?
At least create a stronger communication campaign that was created. Shama Mohammed, I want to ask you only this. The opposition seems to be piggybacking at the moment on the farmer protests. These protests, to be fair, as Mr. Singh said, have been led by the farmers. They've been led peacefully and they have stayed the course. The opposition, on the other hand, in particularly the Congress, which in the past has also pushed for similar kind of farm reforms, has now done a U-turn because where you stand in Indian politics depends on where you sit. That's the reality also.
Can I come in? Please give me some time because I've been listening to everybody. Now, the BJP spokesperson said we promulgated the ordinance in June. Mr. Reddy said, why should we consult with anybody? We don't need to do any sort of consultation. But the government of India filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court saying that we did consultations with many groups and organizations, including farmer groups, including various parties, everything. To an RTI reply, the government of India said there are no minutes of these consultations. So that is the problem, Rajdeep and Rahul.
No, I asked you a question, ma'am. The opposition,
I'm going to answer that.
The opposition was more than willing to go along with farm reforms when you were in power.
I am just coming to that, Rajdeep. You have to give me some time. Everybody else can talk.
Can I please come in?
No.
So then what happened is, so they have lied over there. They lied. That's the same question you asked me.
May I
what
please?
did Mr. Modi say in 2011? He gave his report in the Consumer Affairs Group report to Mr. Manmohan Singh says that it has to be made statutory. The MSP. Didn't he go back? Why don't you question Narendra Modi on that? Nobody questions him.
May I
in
please
2017 in the parliament, Mr. Jaitley said, "Karza maafi nahi
Rahul,
karunga
this is not
kisan
fair.
ka." Which
Okay,
they
we are coming to you,
promised
Sanjay.
that.
Allow a monologue.
Then listen, if this lady is going to keep, I did not interrupt anybody. In 2014, in their manifesto, they said MSP is going to be cost plus 50%. In 2015, again they went to the Supreme Court.
Okay,
The government of India
let
said,
Sanju Verma respond now. Shama, you've spoken. Shama, you've spoken. Now,
that is the issue.
Okay,
they do
you've
promises,
spoken.
but they get back on their promises. Now, why is the government
Okay,
of
one
India
second.
going
Shama's
back on
fader
their
goes down.
promises?
We need to, Rajdeep, what's happening? We've got a show which is completely out of our control.
I can see the sort of strong emotion, but Sanju Verma, let's keep it short because we need to take a break. The big question is, do you concede that this is the one issue that Mr. Modi's government has been found on the back foot? You underestimated the impact these farm protests would have. Let's be honest about that today. And the perception that it's helping corporates.
You know,
the perception is very strong.
Rajdeep, the fact of the matter is, Rajdeep, why is it that the moment you ask a question, you don't even wait for me to respond?
I'm asking
Please
you.
don't put words into my mouth. And this Congress spokesperson, she was ranting and talking non-stop and talking absolute gibberish.
I'm asking
but
you,
you did not interrupt us.
No,
now let me tell you
respond to my question. Is this the one issue that has put the Modi government on the back foot?
Let me complete, please.
Please do.
Let me start and then let me complete.
Yes,
Rajdeep,
please
have
do,
the
dear.
courtesy
Please
to
do.
let me complete.
Please do. The floor is yours.
Your survey says, thank you, your survey says only 12% of the respondents felt that the farm laws were bad. Only 28% want the farm laws to be repealed. If only
No, where are you getting these numbers from?
want the farm laws to be repealed, that means 72% support the farm laws. Let me first finish. Another thing, let me remind your audience and the Congress spokesperson, Swaminathan Commission recommendations came in 2006. The Congress was sleeping over it for 8 long years till 2014. Modi government has shown the courage of conviction to implement them. So what if we have to take a tactical retreat? A tactical retreat should never be mistaken for capitulation, and anyone who ever tries to second guess the next move of Prime Minister Narendra Modi will have egg on their face, because he is clearly the biggest reformer in post-independent India.
Okay.
Be it banking reforms, be it privatization, be it opening up space exploration, be it coal mining reforms, be it labor market reforms.
Okay.
Tell me which government has initiated the kind of reforms.
No, but
which
all of what you're
Narendra
saying,
Modi has.
Sanju, if
That is the reason
No,
we
sure.
have been winning every panchayati
But-
election.
but
We
if-
won Goa Zilla Parishad, we won Rajasthan Panchayat election, we won Karnataka Panchayat elections, we
Units
won
in
Bihar,
Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
right?
Come on, please.
And
let's go to
rural
the southern
areas
states.
have been voting us with
Units
a
in-
thumping
units in
majority.
Maharashtra.
Okay.
Rahul
See,
Gandhi is
we
a
have a very
paper
packed,
tiger.
we have a very
Okay,
packed
okay,
rundown.
okay.
He's
There are
an
multiple
acolyte.
data sets
He's
I need to
just an
cover.
acolyte.
So what we're going to do
Rahul
is we're
Gandhi
going
is
to
a
take a
paper
break,
tiger.
and when we
Okay.
come back, we'll deal with the contentious issue of love jihad.
You're going to make it even more difficult with the noise levels.
You
but-
want to call for a bulletproof jacket, helmet?
Contentious issues, but let's be very clear. I think the farm reforms, I think we can take that big takeaway, is the one issue where the government may need to relook at their strategy. They perhaps already are.
But why is that the key issue? Why is it not the key issue that only 3 out of 10 voters agree with the idea of repealing, 7 out of 10 don't want the laws repealed?
No.
55% say
Amend or
amend.
repeal. Amend
55
or repeal is
Government is also
83.
saying amend. Government is also saying amend.
But amendment effectively means an acceptance somewhere that maybe
that the
some of the
government
laws
has
have been
accepted.
rushed through.
No,
So that's what I said.
Rahul,
It's the
their-
one issue.
Their track record on dealing with farmers and all has not been that good. Take the land acquisition bill. They moved it. They had to withdraw it. It was not implemented. Take the PM Kisan Fasal Bima Yojana. I mean, a very good insurance scheme, but they're forced to make it voluntary, and that is also... So, you see, there has to be give and take, but in this case, they should have, taken all this into account and then come.
Okay,
It's a
wait,
very good law, but they are not able to implement
When
it.
we return, is the law on love jihad, or love jihad as it's called by some, a good law or not? What do the people of the country think? That's
Rajdeep's
on the
not
other
going to
side.
like what's coming up next. Find out on the other side. We're back in a moment.